Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Axolot Speedway for a Scrap Mechanic Auto Racer minigame. Today's round is going to be an elimination race. It will be the 8 original racers from Season 1 of Scrap Mechanic Auto Racing League against 3 hunters over here with turrets strapped on top of them. The goal of the race will be to have all of these racers race for, let's say, 10 laps. I think that's what I'll do. 10 laps around Axolot Speedway. And then whoever finishes first wins, or whoever's the last one to survive wins. If you finish behind these hunters, then you will lose. This video is more to showcase the Scrap Mechanic Auto Racers mod, as well as announce that it's officially in public beta. So if you want to check out the mod, check the description below and have some fun. The racers are getting a bit of a head start, about a 3-turn head start from the hunters. They will take some time to orient themselves, so they still might lose some time compared to these who are already pretty much ready to go. Without further ado, we have reshuffled everything and started the race. Had a little bit of technical difficulties at the beginning, but those were fleshed out. Unfortunately, Chaos Shifter seemed to have gotten the short end of the stick, running into the back of somebody and backing out of it immediately, causing them to lose a lot of time going over the bridge. But I think they'll be fine for now, as long as they can catch up to this leading pack, which they should, as the leading pack will lose time fighting next to each other 3 wide, almost going through the horseshoe of Axolot Speedway. As long as Chaos Shifter can get into the slipstream, they will be fine. Up in front, it's Black Knight, Sweet Haze, White Rider, Lemon Racer, Red Thunder, followed by Blue Bruiser and Grasshopper, and followed by Chaos Shifter. The 3 hunters going through the straightaway, going on to turn 8. Handling pretty well. The turrets built on top of them are already facing for their target, and it looks like Chaos Shifter will be their first target if nothing happens in between now and when the handicap gets enabled. It is now the official first lap of the 10-lap race, with Sweet Haze now in front, going onto the bridge after turn 5. Turn 5 is actually one of the most important parts of Axolot Speedway, because you have to be in control and should not have any sort of fishtailing or sliding out, or else you will mess up your entry onto the bridge and possibly spin out even worse or flip over. Going over the bridge right there, as you can see, there are some cars who, if angled improperly, landing on the terrain does cause them to either bounce or stick to the ground with improper suspension or too much weight. In order to recover properly from that, your car has to be perfectly built, and the stock cars right here are so far executing it just fine. Chaos Shifter has now caught up to the back of the pack, now in Black Knight, who seems to have fallen back from first place. Now Black Knight and Grasshopper are fighting each other for the rear positions. Up in front is Red Thunder, followed by White Rider and Sweet Haze using the slipstream of Red Thunder, trying to get past them as they go on to lap 2, which officially enables the handicap, is what it's called. And the handicap is similar to Grand Theft Auto or Mario Kart, letting the cars in the back run a little bit faster than the cars in the front, allowing for closer racing and more exciting spectacles. Through turn 5 go all of the racers, nearly all in a single file line except for the front. Going through, White Rider goes a little bit high and runs on top of Red Thunder, but they both recover just fine going into turn 6. And it's a great turn, actually, as Black Knight goes up the inside trying to go into the horseshoe, going a little bit too wide. They start drifting out a little bit wide, letting Chaos Shifter use that momentum and carry himself through, as the horseshoe is actually a very unique part of the circuit, as you can see, as actually was just demonstrated by these cars. There is a little bit of faster time gained on the inside. However, you can have a lot more speed on the outside. So you will see a lot of cars taking multiple lines as they fight each other and not gaining or losing progress. Up in front, speaking of fighting, it's Red Thunder still, but it's a huge like 4-way fight between Lemon Racer and Grasshopper. But that seemed to have dissipated a little bit as Red Thunder continues to pull up in the front. Here comes Blue Bruiser though, using the slipstream as they enter lap 3 onto turn 1 and turn 2. Chaos Shifter is going to be up the inside finally from the back and has to slow down to avoid running into Lemon Racer, as they were running way too wide and started to get a lot of understeer. Black Knight is getting a bad end of the stick right now as they go into turn 5. The hunters are catching up slowly but surely. It'll be probably within this lap or the next lap they start eliminating. Oh my goodness, a bad landing for Red Thunder as they try to go off the back of the bridge, and now they are in the gun range and in the iron sights of these hunters. 2 in front, 1 behind. There is no way they're going to make it through this. If they do, that would be very impressive. The hunters are relentless right now, just shooting all over Red Thunder. Red Thunder is not indestructible, but these bombs in front are. And if one gets a lucky shot or gets shot the proper way, then it'll be game over for Red Thunder. Oh, it looks like a hunter accidentally just shot its own teammate there, with Red Thunder being in the middle. Is Red Thunder going to be taking the sacrifice and get rid of all the other hunters for the rest of the front runners? Or is Red Thunder going to try to get past these bomb cars, trying to survive and get in front? Up in front, White Rider is taking the lead from Blue Bruiser. Oh no! It looks like Red Thunder actually was finally eliminated, but not after taking out one of the hunters. That was a noble move, but not a smart one if you want to win this round of minigames. The 2 hunters. Now, eyes focused on Grasshopper. Grasshopper did pretty well in the first season. If you don't know these cars or don't know what I'm talking about, I do suggest you check out the Scrap Mechanic Auto Racing League Season 1 playlist, or the official playlist if you want to see more content. You will learn about these racers, their names, and where they are coming from. Right now, the rear wings of Green Grasshopper is protecting his bomb up in front of the car pretty well, but not for long. As these cars get closer, they get more accurate and have a higher chance of a luckier shot. But now that since there's only 2 turrets, it's only a small... Oh my gosh. Chaos Shifter. I couldn't really commentate there, as Chaos Shifter ran into the carcass of one of the hunters and ended up off track. And that that allowed the other hunters, or remaining hunters, to leap on that opportunity and eliminate Chaos Shifter. So that removes Red Thunder, rest in peace Red Thunder, and also removes Chaos Shifter. Red Thunder's body getting pushed out the way by Blue Bruiser there. Don't know if they were trying to help, but oh no! A double elimination for Grasshopper and Blue Bruiser. Grasshopper was going to get exploded. One of the hunters in front actually did trigger Grasshopper's bomb, but Blue Bruiser was just way too close and ended up getting caught in the crossfire and explosion. So that's double elimination, leaving only 4 racers left with 2 hunters. I don't know if they're going to last for the rest of these 10 laps, but Black Knight is fighting for this win either way. Sweet Haze and Lemon Racer are next in the targets of these hunters, or at least this one hunter that is up to speed right now. And this hunter is in the draft and catching up very slowly to Lemon Racer. Lemon Racer is in danger right now. Under the bridge they go, and outside of it, and there he goes. Lemon Racer eliminated immediately from behind from this hunter in front and gets ran into by the hunter in front. So that will give the other cars some time to kind of catch their breath and be able to regroup with Black Knight. But that won't last for long, as these other 2 hunters are now going to be working together to slipstream off each other and get in front. Black Knight going through turn 2. Hitting Grasshopper's body, letting Sweet Haze and White Rider catch up just a little bit more into the slipstream. Going through turn 4 and into turn 5, you can see them preparing for this bridge. If they do one mistake here, it could mean elimination. And they do it pretty well, except for White Rider and Sweet Haze. They got a little bit squirrely there at the top of the bridge, but they managed to control themselves at the bottom. Single file line going into the horseshoe with Black Knight, Sweet Haze, and White Rider, and the 2 hunters following closely behind. They are starting to get into range. They're starting to prepare to shoot and probably eliminate White Rider depending on what happens at the end of this straight. This straight underneath the bridge is the longest straightaway on Axolot Speedway, and it has a pretty unique opportunity for cars to get next to each other through draft. They've gone 4 wide, sometimes 5 wide in places, and it also allows them to get prepared for turn 8 and 9. White Rider almost pulling a dirty move on Black Knight there. Sweet Haze getting by on the inside, but White Rider nearly pit maneuvers Black Knight. That slowed them both down, and now these hunters are definitely within shooting distance. After this turn, they will probably start shooting at White Rider. Any stray potatoes may hit either of their bombs, either Black Knight. Oh my goodness! Oh, another 2 for 1. Black Knight and White Rider gets hit by either stray potatoes or targeted potatoes, but either way, they are eliminated. It is a ruthless elimination race. Right now, that leaves Sweet Haze for the win, but won't cross the finish line of victorious though, as he has mistakenly made a huge mistake at the bottom of that bridge and gets eliminated. That's tough luck for Sweet Haze, but also good luck for Sweet Haze, as they have officially won this round of the elimination race. The next round will be the final round and will be only a 5-lap race with 3 hunters and the 8 cars back on track. Okay, the track has been cleared, the hunters have been reset, and so have the racers. We are going to see an interesting race starting in about a few seconds. The cars are all back in line. I think they have a little bit less of a head start, and I've also screwed Chaos Shifter yet again. But that's okay, because Red Thunder actually gets the worst of it this time. But this time, since it's only a 5-lap race, they have a better chance of actually crossing the finish line and getting a lap victory compared to a elimination victory. Red Thunder, maybe not so much. Chaos Shifter, maybe not either, but they can work together to catch up to the group, which consists of Grasshopper as the leader yet again for now. Black Knight not doing too hot as well, getting caught by Chaos Shifter going through the horseshoe. And speaking of getting caught, these hunters are out for blood. Single file line this time have a little bit more armor to protect themselves from shooting each other, so this will make them probably be 3 hunters for the rest of this round. There's only 1 hunter that's at risk of getting shot and blown up. The rest have a little bit more armor. After this straightaway, Chaos Shifter is caught up to the pack. Red Thunder is next. I don't know if they're going to make it though, as he goes a little bit wide going through turn 8 and out of turn 9, needs to stay planted if they want to catch up to the rest of the pack. It is now lap 1 of the race as Grasshopper takes the lead, but not for long, as Lemon Racer goes through turn 2 and turn 3 up the inside and gets in front of Grasshopper. White Rider as well, poking his nose trying to get past Grasshopper into turn 5, but doesn't make it stick, but actually goes up the inside, makes a great cutback, going up the bridge, over, through the air, and landing actually quite smoothly. Oh man, Sweet Haze, tough luck for them. The winner from last round is now in the crosshair of the rest of the cars. He does back out of it though to prevent himself from getting absolutely destroyed, and now has to catch up to the rest of the pack and survive these racers. We're now seeing a similar incident as we did with Red Thunder, but now this time it's Sweet Haze. Speaking of Red Thunder is not looking too hot, as now the hunters are focused. The front ones are focused on him, and the back ones are probably going to be focused on Sweet Haze, but Red Thunder needs to pick it up. Once Lemon Racer actually crosses the line, Lemon Racer is in the lead right now. The handicap will kick in, and we will see a significant boost for these rear racers, but it will also boost these hunters. Will Red Thunder be able to get into the pack in time to at least somewhat shield himself from these hunters? We will find out. It is now lap 2. Lemon Racer leads, White Rider follows, with Grasshopper kind of far behind, but not too far behind. Blue Bruiser and Black Knight fight side by side going through turn 5. Black Knight backs out of it, gets pushed aside by Chaos Shifter, going over the bridge. They actually land. Oh, Black Knight gets a bad landing after bumping into Chaos Shifter mid-air, and that lets them slow down, and there are shots from the hunters. Red Thunder is already under fire from the hunters. Red Thunder trying to catch up, get into at least Black Knight's slipstream to gain a little bit of speed to try to get out the range, but can't do it. Red Thunder will be eliminated first again. Oof, another hunter crashes into a piece of Red Thunder, pushing them out the way, but also, gets disconnected though, so everything's good for now. Sweet Haze, now in the crossfire of that back hunter. And speaking of other crossfires, Black Knight is in the crossfire of the front hunter. I don't know who to watch. Let's try to see if we can keep an eye on both of them. It looks like Sweet Haze was actually eliminated right back there, and I've completely missed it, but we all saw that coming anyways. Speaking of eliminations, there goes Black Knight, getting shoved out the way from these hunters as he gets blown up at the edge of turn 9. And it looks like a hunter there actually ran over a piece of Black Knight and got blown up themselves. So that leaves 2 hunters yet again. Up in front, it's now White Rider leading Lemon Racer and Blue Bruiser, and Chaos Shifter, and I believe that is Grasshopper in the back there in the danger zone. It is now either lap 3 or 4. I haven't been keeping count because of all this action, so we will see. The race will let us know when it ends, thanks to the awesome UI stuff that I put in. And I'll say it's awesome. It needs a lot of work. There's a lot of stuff that is tested in this mod, or needs testing in this mod, but we will see what happens. Oof, White Rider runs into a chunk of Sweet Haze. It's pretty bad, but they do not slow down too much, so they are still in the lead, but they are now caught by the rest of the, I believe those are 5 racers remaining. The Hunter in front is getting close. Grasshopper is still in the danger zone, but less as much as they go nearly side by side to Lemon Racer using the slipstream of Chaos Shifter. Lemon Racer, though, gets hit by a shrapnel, I believe, of one of the previous hunters that got blown up, and drops back behind Grasshopper. White Rider still takes the win, or still takes the lead, excuse me, but Blue Bruiser is battling, going into turn 3, going across turn 4. White Rider still continues, but in the back, Lemon Racer gets hit by an excellently placed shot by the Hunter over there, and now the Hunter has ran into the back of Lemon Racer's body. So we're going to get them disconnected real quick, and we'll be right back. We are back. The racers are about to start up again, and they are in a very inopportune place right now, considering they're going to start on top of the bridge, as demonstrated here, as Chaos Shifter had to back up a little bit as the hill knocked them backwards. But getting worse for wear is White Rider, who landed probably pretty wrong, not having enough speed going across the top of the bridge, but now the 4 of them are back on track. Blue Bruiser leads the pack right now, as they all go out wide and avoid the piece of Red Thunder, except for White Rider, who goes straight into the piece of Red Thunder for some reason. Not even sure why he did that, but immediately eliminated by the Hunters. Hunters did not even hesitate to take them out, and now they are focused on the remaining 3. The remaining 3, Blue Bruiser, Grasshopper, and Chaos Shifter. Top 3 for now. It's the second round of the elimination race. I believe there will be one more lap after this one, unless this is the final lap. Then, good for Blue Bruiser. We will see, though, as we come across this line. And it is one more lap, I believe. Yes, one more lap. Lap 5 of 5, as demonstrated by the board over here. I have this in the UI. It kind of tells you exactly what the status is. And you can set other settings here while we wait for the other hunters to catch up. I believe one of the hunters got caught on the wall there, spinning out against the other hunter. But that's okay. We are going to have some cars finish. I do believe Blue Bruiser will get this win if Grasshopper doesn't have something to say about it. However, Grasshopper definitely does have something to say about it. Grasshopper goes up the inside, or slightly makes a slight move to the inside of this straightaway. Not all the way taking Blue Bruiser slipstream, doesn't want to take too much speed into this turn as to cause too many problems, but does make the turn pretty well. Here comes the Hunters, though. I don't know if they're going to make it in time. It's going to be a battle between Blue Bruiser, Chaos Shifter, and Grasshopper, and it looks like Blue Bruiser is going to be in the front for now. Chaos Shifter tries to go up the inside to make a unique line, but couldn't make it stick. Here comes Grasshopper, but doesn't. And there it is. Blue Bruiser in the lead with Grasshopper 4/10 down and Chaos Shifter a little bit under a second down from Blue Bruiser. Well, there it is. We have 3 cars survive the 5-lap battle. A little bit more cars than last time. 10 laps, definitely they would have all probably have been eliminated. But this is good. Good for Sweet Haze and good for Grasshopper, as they are the unofficial winners of this mini game of Scrap Mechanic Auto Racers. Thank you for joining me for this fun round. I hope to see more of you later, and I hope to show more of this later in the future. Please give me your ideas in the comments, and any other things you might want to see, or if you want to check out the mod and download it, or have any bugs to report and fix, please also let me know. I am more than open to be fixing this. This has been over 2 years in the workings, as if you haven't been following along. So I'm glad to present Scrap Mechanic Auto Racers Generation 7 officially open in a public beta for now. Hope you guys have a great morning, afternoon, night, or evening, and I will see you next time.